Hi guys, so I'm so excited to finally be able to share my pregnancy news. I'm actually almost halfway through this pregnancy with our little girl due in September. So yeah, this pregnancy has definitely been more difficult than when I was pregnant with Penny. So I'm hoping and praying for some good news here soon, but it has been a good bit different from when I was pregnant with Penny. I kind of wanted to do a vlog because there are a few things I really want to accomplish this week. So I have some reading goals, kind of, but I've honestly been in a bit of a reading slump for the past month or so, and I'm just in a very slow paced reading mood. Like, I have been reading my current read for 3 or 4 weeks already, and I'm really enjoying it. It's not that I'm not liking it, I'm just, I don't know, not like in a super big reading mood. So I love when I pick this up and I read it, but it's very weird and very unlike me. I got a few other books from the local used bookstore and they're all historical fiction, so I'm kind of in that mood. But because I've still been in a really slow-paced reading mood, I may want to read a thriller when I'm done with this one, and there are 2 thrillers I'm kind of interested in at the moment. I think I'm going to take a little nap before Penny wakes up because I'm tired. Hey guys, so I have some reading updates because I actually finished my historical fiction book and then started a thriller, which I'm already halfway through and I'm so surprised by. But first I wanted to make my green tea that I've been just drinking a lot of this whole spring, and I definitely will continue in the summer. And then I do need to prepare the crock pot for dinner tonight, but I will share how to make this iced green tea. I found this recipe on Pinterest, but I've like severely adapted it. It's so simple. It's 3 ingredients, so it's not like it's complicated, and I feel like you could change this up with different type of teas, and honestly everything is customizable in this beverage. So kind of like whatever sweetness level you like and like whatever flavors you like. I mean, you kind of just do what you want, and it's delicious. A nice little break from drinking water all the time. So I'm gonna make my green tea, and I got my new teapot, which I'm so excited about. It has a whistle on it, so this will be my first time using it, and looks real cute. I'll show you. I wanted one specifically with a whistle, that's why I ordered this one, and I thought it would be smaller, but I'm actually really happy with the size because this makes this recipe uses 4 cups of water, and I just didn't want to deal with like not having enough space in the teapot. First, let me get our water boiling. I'm so excited to use this. This is 3 cups boiled. I'm adding like 6 green tea bags. These are all decaf. Green tea does have a small amount of caffeine, and since I'm pregnant, I'm using all the decaf. So in the big old pitcher, this goes along with all of the tea. The handle isn't hot. The instructions warned that it could be kind of hot, so it actually is fine. All right, so Now this is gonna steep for 5 minutes and then we'll come back and add the rest of the flavor to it. Final step is removing all the tea and that's squeezing out all the goodness. So if this is my 1/4 cup, it's kind of more like an 1/8 of a cup that I do, but this is just all like personal sweetness preference. So kind of like start with a little and then increase it. So it's like, I don't know if you can tell, it's really not, it's like half, so it's really more like an 1/8. And we're just gonna stir it in until all the honey comes off. And then 1 more cup of water. That's messy. So this brings it to a total of 4 cups because we just did 3 cups initially to boil it. And then just some lemon juice, but like I said, fresh lemon juice is better. And also you don't have to add the lemon juice, but I like it. And it's done. It just has to go in the fridge now for an hour and then it can be poured over lots of ice and it's delicious. I'm going to end this video and I wanted to end it with my like reading recap for the week, and also just to say like I did not do all the things that I set out to do at the beginning of this vlog, but so is life. So anyways, they're on my to-do list for this week, but let's just share what I read. I actually read so much more than I was expecting to this week, and I haven't even talked about any of it. So I did finish what I set out to, which was The Last Garden in England, and overall I did really enjoy this historical fiction and gave it 4.5 stars. I would recommend it if you like historical fiction. There is like an element in the story that does deal with World War II, but it's not like front lines or anything, it's like the home front. So then I read The Perfect Mother by Amy Molov. This is a thriller. I read this in 2 days. I just couldn't put it down, and it wasn't that it was like the most intense thriller I'd read, but I think I just hadn't read a thriller in so long that the pace of it really got my attention, and also the content of it. So I'll keep this short and simple because it's a thriller anyway and I don't want to spoil it. But it's basically about this mommy group in New York. They're all first-time moms struggling in that postpartum period, and one of the babies goes missing when the girls, the mothers, are having like a night out away from the kids, and one of the babies goes missing when the babysitter is watching the child. So the story is just about all the mothers, and it was really interesting, like just reading about each mother's perspective. I will have to say that the mothers were stressing me out so much. I mean, postpartum is very challenging, but I think just reading so many perspectives of it, and they all were suffering in it so heavily, like it really puts a bad like look for the postpartum period, which is all of those things, but I feel like it's more than that too. And I feel like you didn't get like the happy part of the postpartum phase, which there is like an actual happy part of it for some. So anyway, that's like my only critique, is that like I feel like it was just stressful reading about all these mothers' experiences because they all were like relatively negative in some ways. So the next book I read, which I wasn't even planning on, I got the hold for it Libby, and so I read this one in like 2 days as well, and that was The Roughest Draft by Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigmund Broca. So I gave this one 5 stars. It very much surprised me. I mean, this one has so many mixed reviews, so I don't really know. Like, I would so recommend this to everyone who likes romance, but that being said, I have seen the mixed reviews, so I know it's not everyone's favorite, but I personally loved it. For me, it felt like a wonderful mashup of Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation. It's about this writing duo who used to write these amazing best-selling books, and they split up 4 years ago, and there's some drama. We don't really know why, but like, I mean, you kind of know why. Like, it's a romance. So that kind of gets revealed 4 years later because they have to fulfill their contract with the publisher and write another book. So they hate each other, they haven't spoken to each other, but they go on a writing retreat in Florida where they were the last time before the big angry like thing happened, and they're gonna like work through it to write their last book together. It was so good. Like, what I loved about it was just the tension in this book, and the angst was so strong, but it was so good, and like I really felt it, and it kind of carried through the whole story. And I think there were parts where I thought like everyone was just being a little bit ridiculous, but that being said, I still overall enjoyed it so much, and I just loved all the tension and angst, and I gave it 5 stars. So that's my thoughts on that. So I'm gonna end this reading vlog, but thank you so much for watching, and happy reading.